just got a little bit of a clapback from Google on a comment that I made over on X. Well, maybe not a clapback. Well, actually, you know what? I'm looking at it some more. I think it's a clapback, just a little bit. It's got a little stank on it. It's just got a little bit of clapback sauce, which is fine because I think my comment did too. So this was a post by Barry Schwartz. And by the way, if you like hearing about some dum-dum just blabbing about blogging and SEO, follow me. I don't know much of anything, but I like to talk. So Barry made this post, and he was referencing something by Lily Ray. And Lily Ray was saying that she is submitting examples to Google of SERP results that have spam. Spam is going bonkers right now. I just saw another tweet just like a couple of hours ago, and they're just like, we got a big time problem going on here. Barry had referenced what Lily Ray had said about submitting the results, the examples, and he gave his own, like, yep, I'm seeing some stuff here too. And I love that. First off, I want to say, I love that there are people that are so much smarter and have such a better understanding of SEO and what's going on in it, and are putting in the time to try to make things better. So my comment had nothing to do with them. I'm thankful for them. I was concerned for Google's side, because why does Google need somebody to be submitting examples with all their resources and knowledge and data? So my comment was, why would Google need somebody to submit examples that makes it seem like they aren't aware of any problem and they're looking for someone to point them out? Question mark. I don't know why I put a question mark there. I would have thought the correct answer from them would be, we know, we are working on it, no need to send us anything. So if you've got a product or you have a service and you're not happy with it, if it's having a problem, you go to the source, you go to the company, the brand, whatever, and you say, hey, here's this negative if that I'm having. And if they didn't know about it, they go, can you give us more examples of what you're experiencing and telling us? It's because we don't know about this. Like they're basically coming from behind. That phrasing was not great. They're basically trying to figure out like what's going on here. Tell us more so we can get more context. And that's fine. And that's kind of what this sounded like to me. It's like, well, we're submitting stuff and Google goes, thank you. Can you give us more? And I was like, oh my gosh, how is it possible that Google doesn't know? Now, Google Search Liaison saw this. And by the way, the Google Search Liaison has really been working their ass off over the last several months to try to keep people in the loop. Like when they had questions and concerns, like you don't have to be a big time Twitter, I guess not Twitter anymore, profile. Like I'm just some dum-dum, right? And they responded to me, which certainly appreciate. And they acknowledge what was going on. We do know, and we're looking at it. That's where I thought that maybe a little bit of clapback sauce was at. I felt like the comma was the clapback in this. I don't know why, but it was like, we do know, pal, and we're working on it. This wasn't a request for anybody to submit things to us, which I didn't think Google was going around asking, right? I just thought that maybe if somebody submitted something, somebody'd go, yeah, we'll take your examples, but we do know, but anything else you can give us, and to say that they're working on it. But I hadn't seen that. Not to say that they haven't done it, but I just hadn't seen it. And then he says, I was just acknowledging that I'd seen what was shared and passed it on. So again, thankful for some sort of acknowledgement. One of my complaints in my last couple of videos was that I haven't seen very much proactive acknowledgement of insanity that's been going on in the SERPs. So even though it's a response and not a proactive thing, again, they might be proactive all over the place and I'm just not seeing it. But I would have liked to see maybe this information a little bit more publicly announced, maybe on the update page or something like that. But anyways, so I appreciate the response. But here's what that leaves me though. Okay, thank you for acknowledging that things aren't the way that they're supposed to be. Perfect. We kind of knew that. But if you look back at the last couple of months, since September, we have been going through nonstop updates. In fact, one of them was a spam update, right? So you had sometimes it was one on top of the other. They were basically dry humping each other at the same time. You had other ones that you get a week break and then something else would kick in. Like, it's been a lot. Why are we here? Like, why are we at a point where things are like not, I mean, I'm not talking about unhelpful content. I'm talking about spam links, junk links, things that are obvious spam, just even by the eyeball test. Why are we here? And I think that's a big problem, because what that tells me is despite what we have just been through with helpful content, with spam, with reviews, with core, here in December, Google can't tell the difference between a spam site and like a regular non-spam site. Like, that's baffling to me that it doesn't know, and that it is such a bad problem right now that it is overwhelming the SERPs, or it's maybe not overwhelming, but it's becoming a big time problem. And so that to me is the biggest tell here, right? It's that after everything that we've been through, that there was like a hole in the bottom of the boat that nobody knew about. And they're like, oh, so got something to tell you guys. That we can't tell the difference between the content that's on the page anymore after all of that stuff we just went through. And look, this is just me. This is just my opinion, my point of view, my vantage point on all this. I could be reading way too far into it, and Google's got it all under control. But man, I don't know. It just seems a little suspect to me that they are admitting that there's a problem. The problem is that there are things that are appearing in the search results which should not be, despite going through 5 or 6 updates over the last 4 months. That just means that they don't know what's qualifying as a quality article. Oh my gosh. And so for those of us that are over here trying to recover our websites, that are trying to put out quality content, I actually appreciate that this is happening a little bit, because what it shows me is that all of the stuff that we just went through is not final. It wasn't perfect. Google is saying there's a problem here. Yeah, the problem is that things aren't what they were supposed to be. Things have gone somewhat haywire in this whole thing. And that's actually good news for people that got hit by the HCU or one of the cores or whatever, because we need them to not be okay right now. We need to be in a situation where they're like, oh, you know what? We got to fix some stuff that we just worked on. Because if you just got totally boned by one of these updates, you don't want this to be the final result. You need something to change a little bit. So maybe it's good news. So anyways, again, I'm going to rename this channel Blog Blabbin'. I think that should be a good name for this, because I just like talking. Like I've said this on all my videos. I'm just some regular dude from the Midwest. I like talking about blogging and SEO and all the stuff that I've learned or what I have not learned yet. I like making wild predictions and assumptions based off of essentially just tweets. That's what my channel description should be. That's it. I just wanted to do some chat with you guys today on some of the stuff that I saw going on. My numbers still aren't great today, and that's just the way that it's been for a while. I'll make another video here in a couple days. Next week is the holidays, so if you celebrate, happy holidays to all you guys. Thanks for the subscribes, the watches, the comments. I appreciate you guys appreciating me as just some dumb from the Midwest that's just out here trying to do the best he can. We'll see you all next week. Peace out.